Greetings, this is David Reece with my review of the new album by Babymetal, Metal Resistance.
Welcome to the Metal Voice. Today on the show, Babymetal, Metal Resistance. Also, Metal Debate. Is Babymetal helping or hurting heavy metal? With me today, former lead singer of Accept, current singer of Bonfire and RPG, the one, the only, Mr. David Reece. Let's start things off with Babymetal, Metal Resistance. Tell me what you thought of the new album, Dave.
Hey, one thing I will say to start off this review is that they achieved resistance with metal. They got the title right. I will say the guitars are rather brutal in places. I don't know who's actually playing them, but there's some cool riffs and some cool tones. The drum programming is from another planet. Whoever he is, he's got fingers like lightning bolts, but some cool programs, and the mix is okay. Although, the vocals reminded me as when I was a young lad and my mother would hand me Alvin and the Chipmunks records for Christmas. That high squeaky voice I thought was cool when I was 5 years old. Maybe that's why they call it baby metal. I don't know. But after listening to the album throughout the day and giving it my honest ears and trying to be optimistic and open-minded, I felt like shoving a dagger into my eyeball. Maybe this will appeal to the masturbatory crowd of metalheads somewhere around the universe that like to look at Japanese women, or any women for that matter, in French-made outfits or whatever it is they're wearing and working in synchronization on stage. But I call this a fad and a gimmick, like the grunge movement. And like grunge, I hope and pray that this movement eats its young and it ends sooner than later.
I agree with you. The musicianship, the guitars, the drums, bass, all of it sounds, pretty decent, I guess, right? But I gotta tell you something. I can't stand the vocals. You're right, Dave, man. It's screeching. It's ear-piercing. It's not what I consider, or it's not the kind of music that I listen to. The songs, I can't get into it. I put the album on, and I just can't listen to the whole thing. I just can't get through. And I'll tell you why. Because to me, baby metal is made up. It's like Menudo. It's like, New Kids on the Block. It was basically done by a bunch of businessmen. How do we make a quick buck? Metal is supposed to be about here, the heart, about jamming and writing songs from the heart, about your experiences in life, that may be fun or sad or mad or whatever the case is. It's an attitude, it's a culture. But baby metal is basically some sort of, I could equate it to hair metal. It's basically when the man gets involved and creates this fake Spice Girls metal kind of thing and throws it out into the world trying to make a buck. It's just not for me. All right, Dave, the debate now. Is baby metal helping or hurting heavy metal?
I vote it's hurting. Why? Because people are forgetting with this new age of, technology, what's here today is gone later today. It's like these America's Got Talent shows, How many of you remember who actually won those things that are like superstars now? It's all like McMusic. Steve Lukather, you put it correctly. It's drive-through music. It's McDonald's. You want fries with that?
Dave, I think you're right. Baby metal is gonna hurt heavy metal. Just like hair metal hurt the genre. You see, people think that if baby metal becomes big, and it is, then it'll expose more people to metal. Well, in fact, what really happens is when something becomes successful, then there becomes copycats. So the market's going to say, hey, baby metal really sells, so let's create more baby metals. And that's not really what we want. We want the the PR people, we want the record companies to invest into bands that we love in heavy metal. The Judas Priest likes, the Iron Maiden likes, the Anthrax, the Accept likes. Those are the bands that we want the money, whatever's left of it, to go into, not into bands and copycat bands of baby metal. So, in my point of view, it's gonna hurt heavy metal. We shall see. Dave Reece, thanks for being on The Metal Voice, a former singer of Accept, current singer of Bonfire and RPG, and we'll catch you next time on The Metal Voice.